the hello, my viewers. We are live again. Hey. Happy Sunday and happy Easter to every one of you. Happy Sunday. Today, the Lord has risen and we celebrate him because he's the hope of our glory. We celebrate God, Jesus, today. Happy Easter to everyone. I hope you had a fun-filled day. Okay. Good day. Wherever you're watching me from, good day to you. Good morning, afternoon, evening. It's your girl again coming your way. Edith Demodia with coming your way with the African Pacesetters every Sunday here at 6 p.m. Nigerian time and 1 p.m. Canadian time. We stream this show live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. So make sure you join us on any of those platforms to enjoy this very, very inspiring news, inspiring stories about African Pacesetters. Okay, so today we're just discussing about a trending topic today of a Nigerian gospel singer that has made waves and still making waves worldwide. Like I always say, we should tell our stories by ourselves so that we can celebrate ourselves undiluted, unconditional. Okay, before we move on, we want you to invite more friends, invite more people into the fold so that they can also be part of this inspiring news. So I'm going to play a video quick on the break now, and I want you to invite more people.
Please share this video. Share this video. A plantain now, 1.5. 5 seed of plantains now 1.5. Share this video. Make United Nations here. You say waiting. And they go Ghana right about now. Yes, and Nigeria want to relocate to Ghana. I want to go secure one land there first. Share this video. United Nations come to our rescue. 5 seed of plantain is now 1.5. Pure water is now 20 naira. Egg now, you know the fee buy again because the fowl, UCS operation to burn the egg. Share this video. Call your dog idea.
Welcome back to the show, African Pacesetters. We welcome comments here, and I promise to respond to comments as we go along. Please just type your input, send me your input, and we'll rub minds together. We'll talk and we'll settle the matter. Yeah. Today there's going to be a little twist in my discussion as we talk about a powerful gospel singer whose story ended tragically. We're not just talking about this lady because she's a trending topic right now, but she falls into the category of African Pacesetters. She has touched a lot of lives, and I cannot talk about her without discussing her tragic end. She's touched a lot of lives, made impact, did so many good things, lifted up souls. So it's going to be, I cannot undermine her tragic end. So the story is all encompassing. So we need to touch base. Okay. She's touched a lot of lives, and she was a spirit-filled Nigerian gospel singer. She was an icon with the angelic voice, a spirit-filled Nigerian gospel singer and a songwriter with a voice of fire. She carries so much glory, so much glory in her, and also blessed others through her ministrations, her songs, her presence. Her songs are very touching and spirit feeling. She's described by many as a powerful worship singer and a great asset to gospel music. Mrs. Osinachi Nwachukwu inspired countless music fans with soulful songs. She sang in Igbo language and her audience is dominant in Eastern Nigeria. Osinachi was the twin of Amarachi Grace Eze, and both of them are renowned gospel singers. Her twin was also a renowned singer. So they were so blessed, like double blessed. They carried so much weight. Mrs. Osinachi Nwachukwu hails from Isuochi in Abia State, the southeast part of Nigeria. She is survived by 4 children, a husband, a mother, and siblings. I'm going to play you one of her performances. Just stay back and enjoy. That was Mrs. Osinachi singing Ekueme. That was when she did that song, Ekueme. That song brought her into limelight and has garnered over 72 million views on YouTube. Can you believe this? So much. On countless numbers on YouTube. And she was the lead singer in the Dunamis International Church in Abuja, Nigeria. If you haven't listened to this woman, if you haven't had the chance to encounter her personally, I will encourage you to search her music on YouTube and listen to her songs while, her ministrations. Okay? But if you've had a chance like me, just like me, you will agree with me that she was a soul lifter. This woman touched millions of souls and delivered her message before she departed into the sinful world. I thought about bringing this story to you last week, but I didn't have enough facts as the story was still developing. Right now, the whole world is mourning this great loss. It's really painful. Mrs. Osinachi, as you will agree with me today, was the soul lifter. She was a voice of God. She had the voice of fire. In fact, there was a day, because I cannot forget this day, I felt like a bag of rocks, right? I was just, going through YouTube, just scrambling through YouTube, and I just stumbled into her music. I stumbled into that music and I played it. Then I didn't know her. That was some years ago. I played the music. This was the same Ekueme that brought her to limelight. Let me tell you, even before the music stopped, I just felt lifted. There is something in this woman. There is a gift that we do not even know. There is something in her so powerful that God deposited in her and her sister to, give to the world, to deliver people from bondage. This woman was just so powerful. I encourage you to go listen to her song. After that video that day, after I listened to her, I couldn't stop. I was glued. Since then, I've been glued to her music. I subscribed right away. And ever since, when she releases a new song, I'll be the first one to listen to it. I put her music on loop. Those of you using computer or the smartphone, you know what is loop. I just put her on loop. She keeps playing for the whole day. Can you believe this? I spent like 8 to 12 hours at work, and all I play is this woman's music. Her ministrations are so powerful. She delivered a lot of people from bondage, not knowing that she herself, it's very sad, was in bondage. See how sad this story is? It's very ironical. I'm going to play you a second video from her family. The person who is in that video is Pauline Tallane, the Minister of Women Affairs, speaking on the abuse according to the children.
The boy now open up and say that their dad used to beat their mom, and their mom was always sad. She would always sad and thinking he will beat her and fling her off. He doesn't spare them himself, that he gathered them in the room and will be beating them with a big belt. If the mom comes in to ask him to stop, he will turn back on her, beat her, lift her, fling her up. And that has always been the issue. And that they are always scared, and that he doesn't go out, he's always in the home. It's the mom that runs around. She goes for her gospel music, bring back the money. In fact, if the money is paid through cash, through a bank account, it's paid to his account. She has no account of her own. Any cash she comes back with, he collects it. And he will give just a peanut to her for feeding. In fact, the boy said he eats more than them. He will give mommy small money, and when she cooks, the next minute he starts shouting and beating her, that he is always shouting. And their mom was living in fear, always sitting sad. Oh, it was such a horrible story to hear from a young boy of just 12. The eldest son is 12. And because of the trauma the children went through, I asked him which class he is. He's in class 5 at the age of 12. Why? He said he can't even read. A boy of 12 years can't even read. So mentally, this child is already destroyed.
Retarded, yes.
Completely. I was battling with tears.
I can't. It's so hard to hold my tears back when when I talk about her tragic end. This woman suffered perennial abuse from in the hands of Mr. Peter Nwachukwu, which is the husband of the late woman. To Mr. Peter, Osinachi was a slave. Mr. Peter deliberately kept Osinachi's family members at bay because he wanted to remove any obstruction to his abuse. Even on her deathbed, he continued to resist the family. It's just, like I said, it's not because the topic is trending, but because this woman has done so much, changing lives, giving hope to the hopeless, being the voice of the voiceless. While she herself was the voiceless one, she herself her situation was hopeless. Nobody knew. I am just coming your way today to reaffirm that abuse is not the right thing to do. It's not the right way to go. I've also said on this channel, on this program, that some women are suffering this perennial abuse and they refuse to talk about it. You hide your abuse. Do not cover up for any abusive partner. It won't pay you at the end at all. Do not hide. Do not cover up for them. Do not because they have this role in church, or they are some kind of there's some kind of big. They have some kind of big posts outside there. You don't want to bring their image down. But let me tell you, a man that is already beating you has no image. I have been made to understand that it happens in both ways. Abuse happens to men and women. But if you look at the statistics, the people that have been dying in an abusive marriage consistently is the women. We are the women. That doesn't mean that men also are not experiencing all kinds of abuse from women. But I'm just sending out a message today, please, if you find that you can no longer, you can't talk about anything again in the marriage, you're not worthy, your partner doesn't see you as anything good, it's time to talk. It's time to, it's time to address so many things in the marriage. You can't continue to stay in a marriage and then say, my husband is abusing me, but I'll stay there because of my children. I'm telling you, that's the most senseless thing to do. Staying in an abusive marriage, you are also lingering that evil circle, because those children are going to grow up just knowing about abuse, and they're going to do it to their partner, or they get it done to them. Can you imagine? This woman has 3 girls. She has 3 boys and a girl. So when she continued to stay in this marriage, the boys believe that it is right for a man to beat up a woman. The girl now also will believe that it is okay to take in the abuse that she's receiving from her husband. So it's an evil circle. You shouldn't let this linger on. You should stop it right away. I am telling women and men today, when a man start beating you up and you say it's going to get better, we're talking about it. You talk about it, you tell him to get help, and he's not getting help, or he got help, he's still the same person. It is time to walk away. The separation is not the same as divorce. I am not encouraging divorce. I am a pro-marriage, but I'm not going to die in my marriage. So just like I won't die in my marriage, I don't want other women to die in their marriage. So if you take time, separate from yourselves, talk about what you're going to do next. What is the next way forward? You don't want to die there. Now a woman doesn't want to live an abuse because of her children. She wants to be this Mrs. Somebody. But you have died now and you left these children. And nobody can take care of your children just the way you are. Because a mother's love is undiluted. A mother's love, you cannot dispute. A mother's love, there's no room for contest. It's incontestable. You can't contest a mother's love like, oh, I love you more than your mother. No. A mother's love is always a mother's love. I encourage women today, speak up. Stop covering for your partners. Stop covering their evil ways. You're giving them more power. You're empowering the abuser to continue in that line of abuse. So I encourage you, please start talking. Please start talking to people about the abuse. Do not cover up any abusive partner. It won't pay well at the end of the day. Stop blaming yourself for somebody else's action, because this is what abuse does. It's a very negative thing. It brings in negativity into your life. It conditions your mind. When you're being abused and you've been the recipient of the abuse, your mind now walks towards, I am the fault. I am the reason this man is abusive. I am the reason this man has turned into a beast. This was not how I married him. And I also hear some counselors in church. Look before you marry. Look before you marry. Brothers and sisters, I tell you, so many marriages happen in church. These women or these men have looked before they married. They didn't know that this thing is going to come. Who knows about tomorrow? So when you go into that marriage thinking that you've got the best, just going into marriage does not tell you that it's going to be the best. When you start living together, that is when you now know this person is a monster or a beast or a good person. Until you start living together. Mind you, when you were courting or dating, you just go to the man's house, you go to the woman's house, and you come back to your house. But now it's a marriage. It's different. You don't have any house to go to. You're staying in the same household. You're doing the same thing together. So now you're going to see, in Pidgin we say see finish. You will see yourself. You will know what is going on. This is when you only know about the other person. So I am not that statement, look before you marry, even if, yeah, it's correct, but no, not in totality. Because you could know this person for 6 months, 1 year, 2 years or so before marriage and never acted this way because you never stayed with him. Now you're staying with him, then you start knowing what kind of a man this person is. Is he clean? Is he dirty? Is he worth me? Why did I go into this marriage? That is when you start knowing. So I beg you, I also encourage people of authority. Let me bring that in. People of authority, like pastors or evangelists or somebody of the higher authority than the man and woman, to take solid actions when any member of their church or their group, could be a group, cries out marital foul, marital hurdle, like, please help me, my husband is doing this to me. Stop telling women to go pray about abuse. This is just reality check. It may not sound well, but it's the reality, is what we are going through. You don't pray about an abusive partner and he will not change. You don't keep praying about somebody who have refused to change. Number one, the way you know people are refusing is when they refuse to get help. They refuse to get counseling. They need to go into counseling. You need to check the background. Was this person in an abusive home before? Did the father of this man abuse his mom? Or did the mother of this lady abuse her dad? You know, just vice versa. You need to start talking about the deep down how these people grew up from their homes. Okay, you just can't say, okay, we've prayed about it, it's going to change. You don't pray about somebody who's going to kill you. You don't want to die in a marriage. You want to keep your marriage, but when you die, you leave your children. So this is what is really hurting my feelings. It's so much hurting me, and we can't really contend with this. We just hope that this evil circle breaks. Please, women, hear from me. If you're going through abuse today, speak up. I want you to speak up. I don't want you to be the next number. We want to cut this evil circle. Please speak up. This woman has done great things for Africans, the whole wide world. And now she just ended up tragically. This is not good. Okay, this is not good. I am going to see, I think we have some comments. Let's see. What have we missed? Naomi Momo, are you just coming in? So we're talking about African Pacesetters, and this woman falls into the category of African Pacesetters because she's changed a lot of lives. She's impacted my life. I could talk about myself personally, how I was touched by her ministrations, but because she was so powerful, I just can't cut off her end. Like, okay, she died tragically. Let me just talk about how she has impacted lives. So I can't undermine one and leave the other and talk about the other. So this is what you've missed if you're just tuning in, okay? So any other comment for us today? Okay, Naomi Momo. Yes, it's very, anytime I play her music, I remember her. I get very teary, and it's not the best. I get very teary. She shouldn't have died. She doesn't deserve to die. Thank you for the comments, Naomi. Thank you, my viewers. I'm going to tell you now that despite the abuse that she went through, Mrs. Nwachukwu went through all this perennial abuse, and despite that abuse she endured, her faith remained resolute. Oh, she's this woman, even she's touching me in her death. I'm still very touched. Her faith remained resolute. Today, even after her passing, she will remain the voice of God in our hearts. May your soul find solace with God. We want justice for you and your children. Rest on, my great sister, Nwachukwu Osinachi. Rest in peace. Rest in glory. Thank you so much, my viewers. Today, I'm going to introduce you to an app called Rescue Me Now app. Okay, this app is very useful in case of dangers and emergencies in Nigeria. It is very cheap to download, 2K. See, you understand when I say 2K, 2,000 naira. 2K is very small. I know things are difficult, but really, 2K, when you don't buy meat pie and you don't go even reach meat pie and cook for house. So I beg, download this app, Rescue Me Now app. It saves you. You see, it does countless things, and I'm going to play a video for you. So it has various, it does. This Rescue Me Now app, the video you just saw, Rescue Me Now app is powered by the Global Coalition for Security and Democracy in Nigeria, which is the GCSDN. This Rescue Me Now app has all various security numbers in your local state. It can take up to 10 numbers. So after downloading, you can add 5 security numbers and 5 numbers from friends and family. So let me explain that to you. When I say in your local state, maybe you're in Lagos, so 5 security numbers you can download. If you're in Benin City, 5 security numbers you can download. If you're in Abuja, 5 security, your local state is what, you have these security numbers to download in your local state. So you can add 5 numbers from your family and 5 from the security numbers. Family and friends, 5, security numbers, 5. In an emergency, you send SOS. We pray for, we don't want dangers, but it happens anyways. So just be ready for it. In an emergency, we never know what the next meeting says. Send SOS and security personnel, and they will swing into action. Even your family members will be updated about your situation. Please download now. It's the very right thing to do. It's the very right thing to do. It saves you in an emergency. So I kind of overemphasize this. Okay. Let me see if I have comment again. And very sad what happened to her. Very sad what happened to her. May she rest in peace. Yes. Mrs. Osinachi, keep resting in glory. So any other one? Let me see. Thank you for this informative show, Sister Edith. Oh, thank you. Happy Easter to you, IA. Thank you so much. I appreciate. Thank you very much. Okay. That is the end of the comments. I want to thank you all. We've come to the end of the show. See, it was very short, and I told you, interesting, inspiring episodes. It's just that today there was a little twist, but we needed to talk about her. We've come to the end of the show, and I'd like to say a big thank you to all of my viewers. Next week, we'll be coming your way again on this same channel with exciting story. Until I see you next week, stay dandy. Okay? Happy Easter to all of you. Thank you. I'm already...